Already good smells are wafting through the FOX61 Kitchen. Jimmy Altman every March goes crazy for St. Patrick's Day, as we do. Don't say hi to him. It'll go right to his head. But he goes to the Inishmor Pub in Colchester every year to do a story. We said, why don't we just bring Alex Levere in from the pub and we can share him with Jimmy? Does that sound all right?
Yeah,
we did not consult Jimmy on this.
I feel like he owes me a favor. He anointed me the king of corned beef this year.
There you go. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Tell us, 10 years almost for the pub.
10 years in October.
Traditional Irish pub? What are we talking here?
Traditional. I mean, obviously we're not in Ireland, so there's some things we got to do. You got to have some American classics.
Put your flair on them, right?
Yeah. We really focus on farm to table fare too.
Okay.
Hyper local. Most everything's from Colchester.
We're gonna first show you one of the traditional dishes. Then we're gonna talk about a new space that maybe even Jimmy hasn't gone to yet. Gonna do Irish shepherd's pie.
This would be a shepherd's pie.
Which I gotta tell you, for all the one-pot dishes I make at home,
yeah.
I have never made an Irish shepherd's pie.
You can one-pot it. You can do it. You know, Matt, I don't know.
We don't have that much time.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah.
You've got what kind of meat in there?
We use ground lamb.
Which is traditional, but
it's very traditional. We're not talking cottage pie, people.
Exactly. We can flare it up. How do you make yours?
So we do ours with lamb. We do some fresh thyme. We got carrots, onions. When we cook off our lamb to start, we deglaze the pan with Smittix and a little red wine.
Okay.
And then we make our homemade gravy on the side for people at home. If you want to do it in one lump, you can also leave a little bit of lamb fat in there and throw some flour in and make a homemade gravy that way. But we go this way.
And that just, and then you obviously.
And we're going to mix it around. We do this to order, right? So we make our shepherd's pie ahead of time, then we add the gravy.
Which is good.
And we make homemade gravy from chicken stock.
Look at that. That's a professional right there.
Well, that'll look
Let me do that. And look at that. That's the beginning. You put that in the oven for how long?
Oh, we have ours at like 500 degrees, so it's not in there for more than 5 minutes.
And look at the finished product over there. Does that not look beautiful?
Just time is money in restaurants, so we got to get the food.
All right, so you went from traditional, even though you got the farm to table vibe in there. A couple doors down from the Inishmore. You said, hey, there's a new space. I want that space. And what did you open up?
We opened up a small open kitchen concept seafood restaurant called the Inish Shore.
Inishmore.
For those of you who
Inish Shore.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
I think if you ask my customers, even they wouldn't have an answer for that.
This is a seafood shack that you'd get on the shoreline, but you're up a couple miles in Colchester.
A couple miles. Well, you talk to people in town, they say, oh, the 30-minute drive down the shoreline to get it. I said, maybe we could nip off a piece of this and save people the commute.
But then and also comes Alex's flair in these traditional dishes. You just saw Katie Pan. She's going to get another shot of the lobster roll, which by the way looks pretty good.
That's actually called a Dublin lawyer.
Oh, really?
And the story behind that is that only lawyers in Dublin could afford lobster in Ireland. Over there, they traditionally do it with some potatoes and vegetable shocker.
So is that all in there?
So what we did was a spoof on it. So we actually put 4 to 6 ounces of shaved ribeye steak underneath.
Oh my!
Then we put about 4 to 5 ounces of lobster on top.
Oh my!
And then we're going to put our homemade whiskey cream sauce right over the top.
Eat your heart out, Altman.
That one will have you on the defibrillator.
So you got cod loin and chips. Your take on fish and chips.
Yep, that's wild caught.
And by the way, those are no small lobster rolls you're doing there.
It's not. Isn't there anything worse than going to a restaurant and getting 3.5, 4.5 ounces for like 35, 30? So we gave you 6.5.
Nice, and that's $99.95.
$99.95 for you, Matt. Yeah. Everyone else, add on $100.
We're going to have the recipe. If you don't know how to make a shepherd's pie, but if you want to get some tips, we're going to have the recipe for you on our website. And how long has the shore? There's the moor and the shore.
Sure. July 28th will be 1 year.
1 year. This is second season.
Second season. We didn't even get to see a full summer, so we're excited.
Now you are good, and rightfully so, because that stuff looks good. I am going right into that. What's it called? The lawyer.
The lawyer, the Dublin lawyer.
I'm going to take this right now. Keith and Rachel. Rachel, I'll save you the shepherd's pie because I know you can't eat any of that the seafood. But man, this. Oh man, just
the sauce. I'm all about the sauces. Keith, on the other hand, maybe not so much, but it looks really good.
I would eat any of that, and if the guests can't hear me, let them know I have so much respect for a really large portion size.
Yes.